Good morning and welcome to the new episode of Better Thyself. You must have heard a popular sayings about football, and that is football is a game of inches. That means each inch you go forward, each inch you take the ball onward towards the goal, you are successful. And the same saying can be applied to life. Just as football is a game of inches, so is winning life. And so is winning in life as well as in business. And if you really want to start life, if you really want to start living, you have to ensure some crucial mindset shifts. You cannot forget that the quality of our relationships, the quality of business or service, the quality of success and happiness, among many other things, ultimately boil down to our mindsets. We are all, each one of us is talented at something or the other. I do know that there are quite different variables as to why some people are more successful than the others are. But to ensure that each one of you is able to utilize the best of your capabilities is the capacity to have proper mindset. And if you don't have a proper mindset, howsoever capable you may be, you will not be successful. Do you want to transform your life? Well, if you do, I'll just suggest to shift your mindsets. And it's a complex procedure. It's not an easy thing. You have been conditioned to a certain way of living. You have a certain attitude towards life. And as I talked last time, attitude is much more important than anything else. So to change those attitudes, to change your mindsets is imperative. And I'll talk about 3 mind shifts that in case you are able to make, will just transform your life. And not only for once, and once some mindsets have been changed and become a daily routine for you, then you would find that your life onward is always different than what has been till now. So the first shift is go through the tough times, go through, grow, not go through. Just going through a patch of bad luck or bad time or bad environment is not enough. People always say, well, this will pass away. Yes, bad time comes and they'll pass away. But in case you just don't let them pass away, but in that bad time, you are able to grow yourself. You are able to improve yourself because of that issue, because of whatever is clouding your life, you would be much more successful. This is one of the most important mindset that instantly opens your mind, your life, your work, your profession to new possibilities. When you're going through tough and discouraging times, that is in fact the real time to grow. Don't let the tough and the discouraging time disappoint you. Because if you are disappointed at that time, then you are just going through that. That should be an opportunity rather than a threat. I agree it's not easy to make such a mind shift. It will take a lot of intentional effort to do so. But if you can even partly execute this change, the result would be changing your life, and your further future life would be much better and much more successful. You know, I know I have passed through the dark patches. Who doesn't? But instead of being disgruntled, disappointed, saddened, cast down, I always tried to overcome that dark patch. And that changed my life forever and forever. Some of the biggest failures ultimately end up being one of the biggest blessings and opportunities. And that is simply because you intentionally go through them instead of just casually going through them. Now, this is important. Majority of the people, when a bad patch hits, are so frustrated that they cannot see the opportunities before them. And don't forget, opportunity is never lost. It's only somebody else takes up that opportunity and you fail. So grow through your tough times. Don't just go through them. Grow. That should be the word. Second mindset you've got to change is fuel your faith, not your mind. I don't mean to say faith in what you normally consume it to be with a formal religion. Faith in yourself, faith in your capabilities. We all have faith, fear for ourselves and faith in ourselves. However, when we come across a major stumbling block, it is when you fuel your fears more than you fuel your faith. Fear is normal. Even the best of us experience it from time to time. But how you face the fear is important. You've got to rechannel your fear so that the same fear becomes your faith. When you feel fear, you acknowledge it and then face it head on. You know, closing your eyes to any danger doesn't let the danger pass away. Don't be an ostrich, or don't be a pigeon closing the eyes when the cat is there. No. Start flapping your wings and the cat would be scared away. So shift your mindset. Have confidence in yourself and confidence in the faith that you have in your inherent capability. And when you give energy to your faith, you will see it will manifest itself. When I refer to fueling your faith, I'm referring to seeing yourself beyond your current circumstances and flirting with all the possibilities that could go right, instead of just paying attention to what could go wrong. Our problem is that we always think of the things going wrong. We never think of the things going right. When they are right, then we take them as a matter of course. So you have got to see through the opportunity. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Let's not forget that. There's always light. The only capable thing is whether you have the mindset to see that light or not. Always see your mind, your brain, your psyche as a lighted candle which will guide you through the dark tunnels. This is again not easy to do. I agree. But persistent, deliberate, effective thinking about it, thinking each time, whenever the issue is there, I can do it. Why not? And then think of the ingenuous ways, innovative ways to pass through that. This will help you get to where you want to go. This fueling of your faith will ignite a fire within yourself and help you push through all the discomfort that you experience along your journey. There's absolutely nothing possible and nothing positive that can come out of fueling your fears. But everything comes out of fueling your faith. So 3 F's you have got in front of you. You have to choose 2 F's. Fuel, faith, not fear. Mindset that you have to change is to grow through your tough times, not go through them. Second is, while you are growing, fuel your faith, not your fear. And then the third important aspect is, don't think that the destination is important. It's a journey that is important. It is a process that is important rather than the outcome. For example, you're a student. The outcome would be the results of your examination. But the process, when you are studying, that's much more important. The degree importance, the diploma has its importance. But the process of achieving that is much more important. I have yet to meet a successful entrepreneur, athlete, a businessman, an executive, or any other achiever who achieved or reached a level of greatness in their lives and did not love the process. If you don't love the process, the outcome will never excite you. You are excited by the outcome when you have gone through the mill. And so many people, would rather focus on the desired outcome and destination, and then they lose the flavor of life. And when you lose the flavor of life, your fears become more predominant. The process includes the obstacles, the challenges, the sleepless nights, and each one of them has a charm of its own. Because, as I said, each obstacle you grow through that. Each challenge you face makes you stronger and fuels your faith. The pathway to success is what builds champions. You just don't go out and win again. You practice regularly. You just don't go to the examination hall without studying and pass the examination. So each process, I would not hire an employee and expect to have a thriving organization right from the word go. It's a process again. So it's not possible that you come up with an idea one day and fall into fame and fortune the next morning. In all the scenarios you would see in life, a process is required. Now the process you have got to go through, whether you go through thinking it to be an ordeal or thinking it to be an exciting journey. I always say it's always important to travel hopefully than to reach safely. Traveling itself is important. The best of the best people in the world absolutely love the process and journey. Howsoever difficult it may be, howsoever cumbersome it may be, howsoever full of impediment and obstacles it may be. Because the achievers know what the real value is. The real value is of the process, not the end result. Now imagine a student who doesn't study, but at the end of the term goes to an examination, by hook or by crook, by playing fair or foul means, he is successful. Do you think he'll be successful later on? Because he doesn't have the base of that qualification. So when you're going through the journey, each time you go through a process, you face an obstacle, you grow through that obstacle. Your faith is fueled, not your fear. The faith pushes the fear away, and then you have the excitement of getting the struggles over, and you have a sense of achievement. the growth, the strength and the perseverance, skill sets and courage that is instilled in achiever comes through the process of enjoying the process, not when you reach the destination. Madame Curie was excited in the process of finding radium, not in finding the radium by itself. If she had just been walking and found a piece of paper on which the formula would have been written, do you think that would have been a real thing? No. So if you can learn to love the process, you will give yourself a competitive edge in life, and that is a real success. It may not pay you in the monetary terms, but it pays you in strengthening yourself, in making you feel really successful, really happy, really excited. And excitement is living. Excitement is what we need. Each minute, each second of the process is a part of your experience, experiencing life itself. So these three mindsets, growing through your troubles, fueling your faith, rejecting your fears, and enjoying the process rather than the outcome. These three new mindsets, if you can able to adapt and adopt in your life, you would be on the road to become an achiever. I know it's difficult. I know that at times you might need a mentor, but then that is what you have got to do. Nothing else can replace these mindsets which are inherent and essential for being an achiever. Thank you.